What is going on, guys? Panther here, bringing you our PMC Orange League Week 2 match against Akki and the Portland Crobats. So I'm bringing you a post-com this week, and this upload's a little late as well. I'm on vacation, actually, at the beach, so a little bit late this week. Couldn't live com this one like I wanted to. Especially against the battler that we're facing. So we're playing Akki. For those of you that don't know Akki or have not heard of him, he is definitely one of the top draft league format players I've ever seen. Everybody I've ever spoken with knows what a huge threat that this guy is. He's won several of the top competitive leagues. So I was really nervous going into this match. We do have a good team matchup, with the exception of a couple bonds. I don't really switch into the Low Bunny too well. Low Bunny just runs through my entire draft of 11. He does have a Crawdaunt that he did not bring, but Crawdaunt really put some work in on my team as well. Kind of forced me to bring a defensive Virizion. So I have a bulkier, fast Eviolite Electabuzz to help me deal with the Magneton. I did think the Magneton would come to potentially trap my Skarmory, even though the Shed Shell on is pretty obvious. I have a Dark EMZ special Hydreigon. I have an SD Silk Scarf Diggersby. Didn't want the Life Orb for the extra recoil on it. I did think he would bring a Rocky Helmet Rough Skin Druddigon for my Victini to discourage it from just coming in and clicking U-turn, or to help with the V Create. I actually have a special Skarmory set. I have a weak armor Skarmory set, actually, just trying to catch the Lope Bunny off guard, potentially hoping that he would stay in on potentially a high jump kick. And then, like I said, the defensive Virizion with Toxic to help deal with the Tang growth and Synthesis, Leaf Blade, and Close Combat. And then I have a special Scarf Victini just in case anything gets out of hand. Come in, revenge the Lot Bunny, or potentially the Mew, or something like that. So we'll go ahead and jump into the battle here. Just looking at the team, I feel like my best bet is just really to lead with the Hydreigon, because I can potentially get off some big damage on the Gligar. I can beat the Druddigon Stealth Rock lead. And I can kind of scout if you wanted to lead with the Magneton or the Tang growth as well. So we'll go ahead and jump into the battle here. So we do lead with the Hydreigon. We decide to click U-turn turn 1. I kind of want to scout and see what kind of set this is. I want to see if it's defensive, if it's Rocky Helmet, if it's Assault Vest, what exactly it is. From that damage, it is looking like it's going to be an Assault Vest set just because it's fully specially defensive. I do predict the knockoff here. I was thinking he was thinking I was going to go into Skarmory to try to knock off my Shed Shell, and I just wanted to go out into my Virizion and go ahead and get that justified boost, because Virizion put some pressure on his team since he didn't bring the Crawdaunt. So he goes for the Aerial Ace, a good tech on his part. I am fully defensive, so that actually we eat that up. So we can sit here and synthesis off the damage if need be. So we synthesis here as he switches out. He doesn't want to stay in, and this is that was a losing battle for him right there, because he was only doing 48%. I don't know if it was a roll or what exactly it was, but he predicts the Toxic on the Druddigon, so good play on his part. He goes out to the Magneton, and I go for the Close Combat here. He predicts that and goes out to the Mew. So he made a triple switch there just to get some initiative back. That was really some good work in there on his part to do that, because it does give me the lowered defense and special defense. I don't want to stay in. He knows that. I'm just going to switch out. I don't really have a good switch into Mew, so I just go out to my Electabuzz. I feel like he's the least useful member. So he doesn't want to catch the Focus Blast on the Magneton. I just bold switch out there. I can't remember if I had the Focus Blast on. I'm pretty sure I didn't. Actually, yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. But anyways, he goes out into the specially defensive Gligar on the Flamethrower, this time with the Tang growth. He knows I'm going to end up U-turning out with this thing, so he goes right out into the Magneton to force me to kind of make a play here. So I got in the Diggersby here because this is my opportunity to set up the Swords Dance. I know he's not going to stay in, so I go ahead and set up the Swords Dance, and this Mon just wrecks Aki's team at this point. He has huge problems switching into it. So let me back up there. I did get the SD up with Diggersby on the Magneton. He switches, thinking I'm going to go Earthquake there. I just go ahead and fire off the return. I actually thought he may go out in the Tangrowth, and I figured if he did go straight into Tangrowth, I would pick up the kill. If not, I'm going to do some pretty big damage to no matter what comes in. So we're able to pick up the Gligar there. Now he brings the Lip Bunny, which naturally outspeeds me. I can't kill it with the quick attack, so I'm just going to go ahead and switch out. He fires off the high jump kick here, and he actually misses, so definitely some unfortunate luck there on his part. He high jump kicks again. He hits, does a lot of damage. Our weak armor activates while I set up my stealth rock, and I'm really hoping he stays in here, and he actually stays in right there. So we're able to pick up the kill with the Brave Bird. At level 50, Lip Bunny maxes out at 205 speed. I crept that thing. I put like 180 Vs in speed just to outspeed it at the +2. Turns out, though, we were actually the wrong nature on this thing. We were just neutral natured when I'm meant to be impish. But, as you can see, it turns out not being too big of a deal there. We did pick up the kill on the Lot Bunny with the Scarmore, so that actually paid off there. So I predict the Volt Switch here. I go out into Diggersby. And as you can see, we pick that up. And this gives us another SD because he doesn't, even if you Flash Cannons here, it only does half. So we get our SD up. Now we're free to fire off the Earthquake and try to pick off this Magneton. So he goes out in the Tangrowth. As you can see, that still does massive damage to the Tangrowth. I'm not sure why he made that switch. You have to watch his side to figure that out. But I go with the return here because it's guaranteed to pick up the kill on the Spadef Tangrowth at this point. So we pick up the kill on the Magneton. Now here's kind of a pivotal play that comes out here next. He does go out to the Druddigon here. I do think that it is Rocky Helmet with the Rocky Helmet and Rough Skin. I do think he'll have the Sucker Punch as well. So it's kind of going to turn into a mind game here because if my Earthquake is not guaranteed to kill a max defense Druddigon actually. So, I probably should have just EQ'd there. Because the return was going to kill me anyways. So I just go ahead and fire off the return here, even though I end up knocking myself out to the Rough Skin and Rocky Helmet damage. But we did pick up the kill on Druddigon, which is pretty big. But at this point, the battle's still not over yet, depending upon his Mew set. So I'll go into Hydreigon here, really hoping that he doesn't have the Dazzling Gleam on Mew. So we fire off the Flamethrower. As you can see, that thing is AV. We can 1v1 this thing. What he's trying to do is he's just trying to put me in range for his Mew's Aura Sphere. He's trying to still win the game at this point with his Nasty Plot Mew. But basically at this point, Victini can come in and clean up the game because he can't set up. Let's say he had Calm Mind. I am Special Victini. He could win potentially with Calm Mind, Calm Mind Mew if he could knock out Hydreigon. If I would have went out to anybody but Hydreigon, he could have set up on me potentially with Calm Minds and won the game. But I did go out into Hydreigon to force him to either attack me or to set up because I didn't know a set at this point. It turns out he was Nasty Plot, but Calm Mind definitely could have beat me there if I would not have went out to Hydreigon. And that's what I was trying to avoid because everybody else on my team is a special attacker minus Virizion, who's not going to be doing much with a Leaf Blade anyways. I don't have Whirlwind. Even if I did, it wouldn't matter on Scarmore since he is the last mon. I can't Whirlwind it out. So it really would have put me in a bad position there if you would have had, let's say, the Calm Mind, and I would not have went out to Hydreigon. But he Nasty Plot, still trying to win the game. As you can see, we just fire off the Black Hole Eclipse, and we pick up the win here. So 1-1 in the PMC now. Really great matchup this week for us. Diggersby just put in a lot of work. Even Akki's other 5 mons, really, he didn't have a switch in for the Diggersby. Diggersby just put so much pressure on his team. Diggersby is such a great mon. Really glad. It's been probably my favorite mon this season to use throughout these 2 games. Even though it didn't do much week 1, it would have if I wouldn't have misplayed so hard with it. But really, really excited for the work that Diggersby's put in. Looking forward to our match next week, hopefully to add another win. Really want to do well in this league. But good game again to you, Akki. Great match, man. And looking forward to seeing you again in the playoffs.